coastline, someplace under sun.
I just go my to-do list because my active brain sometimes forgets things that I do in the day. So if I have it written down, then I know what I need to do. And then I have like a need to do and then a want to do. And then I do a little bit of gratitude for what I'm grateful for. So that's pretty cool. And then I read this thing which I knew, but it was a nice reminder that you can't be like chaotic and stressed and overwhelmed and grateful at the same time. Like your brain can only do one thing. So it's like when you're in that madness, gratitude is really powerful because the more you do gratitude, the more you notice the good things in your life. And I have a lot of good things in my life. So it's like if I'm doing gratitude every day, I'm training my brain to just see the good. And I've actually seen so much improvement. She was talking about the law of attraction, and it was about the manifestation, and the neuroscientist came on, and he was talking about like the importance of like mindset and being grateful and gratitude and bringing you into the present, and how much that attracts the good things in your life. And I just think someone like that is so powerful and is a massive inspiration for me because she's gone through like her hardships, and he was talking about it and he got emotional, and I'm like making this chair like getting emotional in myself because like everyone has their own battles, and that's something that's also so fucking cool is no matter who you look at or who you talk to or how successful someone is, someone's still got their own battles or been through their own battles and come out the other side. And I think for anyone who is struggling or going through a hard time, it's a great thing to look at someone and be like, okay, you are where you are now, but I know you've gone through something. I just listened to that last night again, and I was like, just a reminder of that life is hard for everyone. Anyway, got my Crocs. Look at this, brother. I got these babies. Budgie smuggler.
And there's a place that I've dreamed of where I can free my mind. I hear the sounds of the sea.
Right, so the plan today is about to go back, have a quick shower, go to the cafe at the top of the road, best coffee ever. It's called Indie Folk. We're going to meet Jack's friends, or my friends too now, and they're entrepreneurs. So TBC if they shout out their businesses that they're about to launch. Then we're going to meet Tegwan O'Shaughnessy at the Narrabeen markets. Then we might go for a swim again, come back and do some aired out work, cook some lunch from the food from the markets. And then just relax. That's the day. It's going to be a good one. It started pretty well. I love Sydney. I love the water. I grew up in Geelong, so there was still water there, but yeah, no, I love it. And I think just the changing of seasons as well. Like, I love who I am over here. But I think I'm also who I am now, and so wherever I lived, I would make it work. Part of my story is like I really did struggle, probably the years that I was in Melbourne a lot. So I think that also was a really hard. It I guess sets back in my memory. Like I went through a lot with my mental health, and I probably didn't really recognise it or know it from such a young age. So since sort of being on the other side or knowing how to deal with my mental health now, like I guess it's in Sydney, so I attach that to that as well. I have really just found my people over here as well who just love me for all my, Jack always says, all your roots and flowers.
And I've been down this road before 1,000
Everything's 100% fresh. No.
Absolutely.
Because I remember that
Always.
they said, I'll serve you and then I'm off.
Yeah.
No, make it
These are the things, days like today, I'm like, girl, my cup's overflowing. Anyone can have a bit of that water.
That I captured this morning, you saying hello to more people, because that was so like kind.
It's fun. I really enjoy it. But
You don't stop and smile at enough people, I don't think.
I think something that's also interesting about sport is like, I guess you want to be feared. Like you want people to, not necessarily feared, but like you don't want people to necessarily love you on the netball court and be like, I want to play against Allie, or I want like, you know, you want to be an amazing person off the court, but not everyone knows you off the court or gets the opportunity to know you off the court. And so I struggled for a lot of years being like, a lot of people would judge me, and I guess I have a very, well not I guess, I know I have a very stern face and like potentially intimidating to some people with a big personality as well, which can, and I appreciate that it can be intimidating, but I feel as though especially I did hide behind that, and I happily did, because then people didn't know who I am, and then they couldn't actually judge me on who I really was, because that was that protective instinct. But then pulling down your walls and letting people, which now I let people know who I am and I'm authentically me, is so much more fulfilling, because if someone doesn't like me, that's okay. Like I'm not changing, because I love who I am and my people love who I am and appreciate the ones that matter really know that. And I think for so long I tried to be that love of, I just tried to impress everyone and make sure everyone liked me. Like I was such a people pleaser, which looking back is so sad, because you're never happy, and reality is, especially in the sporting world or being an athlete or a public figure of some sort where people watch you, not everyone A, knows you, and B, not everyone's gonna like you. But the fact that I was flipping and changing and like going into personalities that I really wasn't was really hard to like keep up, because I was never actually satisfied with who I was. I remember a coach in this is really testing, I'm gonna say 2017, maybe 18, a coach came up to me and said, a teammate has complained about me and is intimidated about how I speak. And I can't specifically remember what she said, but she pretty much, I guess, told me that people are scared of me, I guess, especially on the netball court. And that just, I remembered I was on the phone and I like hung up and I just cried my eyes out to mum, being like, oh my God, like I thought this is what I had to be like I didn't realise I was hurting people. But then it's not until recently, it's like I was like that to people because I was worse to myself. Like we're 80% negatively wired, and like that's just a crazy thought. But then I guess the cool side, and the side that I love to share with everyone as well, is, well, that 80% doesn't have to stay at 80%. Like you train your body, you train your muscles, they get bigger, they get stronger, that you get fitter. What about your brain? Like, and I didn't do it for so many years, so I just stayed in this negative cycle. And then if you train your brain, and then that 80% can drop to 60%, and of course some days it's at 100%, right? Like not everyone's perfect, but it's how quick you snap out of that 100% and get back down to 80, and then that 80 can go to 60. And then some days you might wake up and then, because you've trained it, and you wake up and you tell yourself it's going to be a good day and that you're proud of yourself and that you deserve love. And that's what I tell myself every day, that I'm already starting at 50%. And then I go for a swim, or I go get coffees with my friends that light me up, and it's down to 30. Like days like this, like I'm at 0% inner critic, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but
It's amazing.
everyone can do it. Someone can relate to and understand. Because like little Ellie needed that. Little Ellie needed someone to say that they struggle too, but it'll be okay, and you can still struggle with your mental health and be successful.
Just so true.
Yeah.
And it can be a superpower too, because you get empathy. And
Yes.
you become a better person.
Yeah.
so overwhelmed and grateful just sitting here and reflecting on life. I mean, you're going through such a big chapter of change. How is Allie?
I think that Allie right now is super free and super proud of herself. I think if you had asked me that question 3 months ago, I was okay, but I definitely wasn't the version of myself that I feel sitting here right now. I definitely think though that this chapter's been written really for self-growth and self-discovery, and I just feel as though the freedom has allowed me to really find out what my core is, and I've done so much work over a long period of time to separate myself from sport and netball and to show myself that I am more than what I guess people see, and that makes me really proud to talk about. But I guess no one's really certain of their future and what their future looks like, and I think just being an athlete really brings that to the front of mind. And I think I know I'm not the only athlete that feels this way, and it's a challenge that every athlete faces, but it's really just stripping back my core and my values and who I really am. And I think netball's just been such a big part of my life for so long, and I have identified as a netballer rather than Allie Smith, and I guess to break truly free of that has been so scary, so challenging, so raw. I think I was so worried about losing my friends and losing, like, I guess what people only really wanted to be my friend because of netball. I was only friends with people because of that, but I think it's really shown, and these are happy tears because the people who I love and respect are still in my life and are still really reaching out, and that's so amazing. But also those people are my biggest supporters and who have truly inspired me, but also given me the self-confidence, along with obviously the work that I've done to launch Air It Out. And it's been such a scary journey to be crying on camera, to be sharing my story, because for so long you wear a mask and a facade, and it's truly wasn't me, and I didn't want that to be me forever. But I guess losing or stepping away from netball has really just shown me how the work that I've done has just helped me in so many ways, and the feeling of helping other people and using my platform and my business to help young girls especially, and boys of course, but just people in general, be the best versions of themselves. And if that's through me being authentic and me sharing my truly vulnerable stories, then that's just so much power in that, and it just makes me feel stronger. And even if it's just one girl who doesn't get, or boy who doesn't get selected in their dream team, or doesn't achieve necessarily something they wanted, if they can look at my story and look at who I am and my outlook on life, and that inspires them, then that's my job done, and that's why I'm here. And I truly believe that we're put on earth to care for one another and to help, and that's what I feel like my purpose is right now. And I've found a new purpose, and that doesn't mean that netball's finished or that chapter's written, because there's plenty more that are definitely riding in the mix, and I'm super excited to read that chapter or to live that chapter. But I think I think I've nearly inspired myself with how this has turned out and my life has turned out. And yeah, the emotions are real because I speak about it usually to my psychologist or to the closest people to me, but I think that my story is really powerful, and I think someone can really gain something out of it. And resilience looks like so different to so many people, and resilience right now for me looks like this, and telling my story, sharing my feelings, being vulnerable, but also getting to live the best version of me, which I truly am. And I said it to Maddie Proud the other day that, like, I just don't think I've ever experienced this type of happiness in my life, and I don't know what it is, but I'm super excited that I've unlocked it, and just the gratitude I have for this to be my backyard and to be around the people who I am, and inspired and wake up and excited to wake up, and excited to live my life the way I'm living it and the way I choose to, because we all have the power to make choices, and I think that we're all just one choice away from potentially changing our lives completely, and that can be scary, and that was scary for so long, but it's actually a massive relief now, because I also know that another choice can change it in the next direction, and I back myself truly in whatever comes my way. I've got the tools and I've prepared for any challenges that come my way, and I just make another story out of it that I can share.
Look at these two hands. Look at these cracks and the holes. I am my savior. I found my truth.